Hey guys, thanks for checking out this clip of Anatomy of the Church and State. Be sure to catch the full episode on Rumble or ChristiansForLiberty.com. Links are in the show description.
You mentioned earlier talking about endorsing candidates. What can a church legally do and not do when it comes to even discussing candidates, endorsing candidates? Should they avoid it altogether? What kind of advice would you give them as far as candidates go?
So in Bible college, I remember them telling us, you got to be really careful. You cannot say, and I remember there was a specific lawyer that came, not from Pacific Justice, but I mean, they came and they told us, you've got to be really careful. You can't say, these are the things you can't say. Here are all the laws and here's what the IRS can do. And since I've been with PGI, I realized, wait a second, all of those handcuffs that they said were on us are no longer on us, both legally, also with the IRS, the tax code under the Trump administration, however you feel about him. He rewrote the tax code, and it basically, I could stand up and say, I endorse John Hatami for DA. I could do that. I could legally do that and not fear losing my tax exempt status. Now, no one in the congregation knows that. So I think it does, like I said, more harm than good, because I can stand up and put my arm around him and say, hey, listen, I'm voting for this guy. That's enough. In fact, I feel like that's more powerful for your pastor to get up and say, hey, this is my vote. Our church doesn't endorse candidates, but this is my personal vote. Right.
Gotcha.
So again, pastors you don't have to get that bold. Okay. But that's what I'm going to do.
Right.
So here's the other thing. There are so many levels to this, where if the IRS came after one church for something like that, the domino effect of open that Pandora's box and take it to the Supreme Court would actually be a good thing, because there's so many unconstitutional things happening in the IRS that would actually. So my point is this: I have no fear of losing our 501c3 nonprofit status. I'm not getting up and saying vote Republican. I'm not getting up and, so some of those things, they would be a little bit more cut and dry and kind of in your face, but you can absolutely set up a table and encourage people to vote. I wouldn't say, hey, we're going to tell you what party to vote for, but I would say we will give you an opportunity to vote. If you are unable you can register to vote, but if you are unable, like in California, if you're unable to go to the polls, we will help you with that. I don't agree with the fact they let people do that, but if they're going to let people do that, I'm going to help some of the people who couldn't necessarily do that. I'm going to help them be obedient and be salt and light and use their influence for light. So those are some of the things you can do.
Yeah, if they're going to play by those rules, until those rules are changed, we should play by the exact same rules.